Yep, I still talk about this game, for some reason. Hey there guys, this is Tyler, and welcome back to another ranking video. Today we're going to be ranking all 14 skins that come out of FNaF AR Special Delivery in 2021. All the way from Heartsick Baby and Blackheart Bonnie at the beginning to Great Escape Golden Freddy. Now I should probably clarify, I'm making this a ranking video as opposed to a top 10 video. The reason for that is because of the simple fact that there was only 14 skins, whereas in 2020, there was 25. And I feel like making a top 5 instead of a top 10 would be too short, so fuck it. We're gonna talk about all of them. A few of these I've talked about before in previous videos, so if there's any repeating thoughts, my apologies. Before we begin, here are the usual disclaimers. Firstly, these are my personal opinions, and if you think differently, that's okay. Secondly, most of the gameplay footage in this video is not mine and belong to their respective owners. And thirdly, if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe down below and turn on the notification bell. It's totally optional, but it'd be appreciated if you did. Without further ado, let's get straight into this. Of course, the worst is this pile of shit. What else could have it been? Sunken Toy Bonnie. Being released as the second skin of the Wicked Tides event from May really brought down this cool event. He outright fucking sucks. First of all, he's literally just Boulder Toy Bonnie, but without the empty creepiness he had. As well, his eyes are too damn big. They can seriously be a bit smaller, and I think it would look better. And then there's my biggest problem with him. He's legitimately really disgusting. I'm not even kidding when I say this. He actually grosses me the fuck out, and not in the creepy horror way. No, I legit almost want to throw up anytime I see him. He looks like a lump of shit in the sewer, and I'm sorry, but that's just something you can't make work in FNaF, like, at all. Ew, I don't want to even look at it. He's not covered in underwater sand or particles or whatever, he's covered in outright feces, and that's just... what the hell, Lumix? As well, you could have toned down the disgust factor of it and focused on the more creepiness side of it. By far, my least favorite skin from 2021, and my least favorite skin from the entire game. I don't think any skin can top this skin's levels of annoyance and horribleness. F tier. No question. This skin is so bland, rushed, and lazy. They literally took Foxy and just add wolf features to him. I'll admit that I do like the fact that there are two variants of this skin, the wolf variation and the grandmother variation. It's fresh and helps create the fairy tale aspect of the skin, but that's it. That's the only positive I have for this skin. Like I've said before, he's the pure definition of wasted potential of the FNaF AR skin. He had a decent concept going for him, I'll admit, but come on, what is this? You couldn't even color his wolf variant's fucking face gray? Are you serious? I guess it could be because you either want the younger fans to still know it's Foxy, and or they wouldn't confuse this Foxy skin for Twisted Wolf from the Twisted ones, but these would look pretty different to me. All in all, this is another skin that purely goes into the rushed and clearly not thought out category. D-. He looks ugly. He is very ugly. The colors don't pop and are dull as fuck. The feathers he's got are unrealistic trash. And just, he's an overall bland mess. He's so bland that I forget he even exists. He's so bare bones. And for the record, sometimes I can't even tell if this is a Springtrap skin or it's some random creature from ancient Egypt. This skin does nothing at all to make it special. Like, here's my suggestion. Pick a different color from the color palette for some of these colors. It'll look better. Pick a different shade of yellow. Also, nitpicky, yes, but still, why is his name just Curse and not like Cursed Springtrap? I know it's so small to complain about, I get it, but I just feel like that was a thing to try to make this skin seem more special and grand than it is, because oh no SpaghettiOs, name inconsistency, he must be important, and then once you get to know the skin, no he ain't. The name set up small disappointment. I guess if I had a positive, I like the shield he's got. That's unique. Also, his concept's actually pretty good. It's just in typical Olympics fashion, they fucked it up. Good going, geniuses. D tier. this point, I'm just not surprised. The problems are literally almost the same exact problems as Curse. A good concept, but a dull and bare bones looking ass skin. Again, good going, geniuses. The one positive that places this skin above Curse is the fact it's a Mangle skin, a character who seriously needs more skins in comparison to Springtrap, the Psycho Lord character himself, and unlike Curse, where I do not even see Springtrap clearly within him, I can tell this is a Mangle skin. Also, Serpent Mangled's name is consistent with the other skins and doesn't build up small optimism for nothing. I also do find it interesting how the sun and moon are used with this skin. That's actually kind of cool. Otherwise, what else is there really to say? Overall, D+. This is the first skin on this ranking that I can consider meh or okay. I think the skin's looks are okay. I think it looks fine. However though, at the same time, are you fucking kidding me? Why are you making a skin of a skin? This is just the definition of goddamn laziness. Also, not to mention the buggy gameplay he had upon his launch. What in the god's name happened to you? This is what I had to imagine this was what the meeting at Illumix HQ was like on March 25th, 2021. 1 week before the skin released, I guess.
Okay, so we need to make a new skin and have it be out by April 1st. Anyone got any ideas? Preferably something really stupid, so the people that hate our game get on Twitter to bitch and complain while I bathe in the money I got from the poor saps who decided to pay for the cheap microtransactions.
So April 1st, right? How about we do a somewhat of a blast of the past, but just for Clown Springtrap only, and then we make Prankster Bonnie. And he's got a whoopee cushion on his hand and wears glasses and one of those flowers which when you touch, it sprinkles water, and have him be colored in something ridiculous. And also maybe he could wear a party hat saying April Fools.
I think fans will actually like that idea of yours, and I kind of enjoy seeing fandom outcry. So new suggestion please.
How about we add Chocolate Freddy and Chocolate Chica into the game, as well as do a mini blast in the past for Chocolate Bonnie and Easter Bonnie to promote our recently released Funko figures, which we will probably never do for any other skin ever again. We kinda felt too money hungry that day when we made an agreement with Scott and Funko.
I like your thinking, but again, that's what fans want and we don't care. What the hell was that?
Oh shit, I left my fucking Chocolate Bonnie action figure in the microwave again.
Hey, that's gonna be our next skin, a melted version of Chocolate Bonnie. All we have to do is add a few melted splodges onto the Chocolate Bonnie model and boom, you guys get off early this week and get paid.
I want to get out of here.
Like, that's what seems to be what happened here. This is inexcusable to the maximum. Also, it was just so baffling just seeing his workshop animation just be Jacko Bonnie's. You couldn't even reuse a workshop animation that was actually good and not generic. I get they didn't have an animator at the time because the one before left, but they have a new one now, and it still has not been updated to be a new animation. Look, just like I said, the true positive to this skin is that its looks are actually decent, and considering that the looks of the skin are one of, if not the most crucial aspect to a skin, that's barely just enough for me to consider it not bad and just okay. It's a C-, but the concept of reusing skins is just so dumb. What a nice April Fool's prank, huh, Lumix? As one of the first two skins of the year, this one's pretty It's just a black recolor of Bonnie, and no, I'm not racist. This skin is just nothing special. Although, I like the damaged parts of him, which to be honest, are pretty clever. I believe it's supposed to represent a broken heart, and considering this sucker's name is Blackheart Bonnie, it's cool and pretty surprising considering the company who made this. And as well, pretty cool seeing the heart be in the body, and on top of that, he's kind of transparent in that you can somewhat see through him. Otherwise, I got nothing else to say for this skin. The clever detail, the interesting detail that he's kind of transparent, and the fact that it's not so bad to look at, elevate this up in the mediocre tier as opposed to the bad tier. It's a C, but it's kind of close to a C+. This skin's just decent. I'm not intrigued on the skin's colors. The yellow shade they pick is too bland. As well, they could have changed up the Crumbling Dreams music during battle. They did this with Arctic Ballora to fit with the more wintry tone of the skin, which was cool. Why couldn't they just make a clockwork variant of that? I don't get it. However, almost everything else is pretty good. Unlike Arctic Ballora, they changed up the main arenas to be more in line with the skin, which they look pretty decent. Also, the workshop animation and sounds in the workshop are pretty cool. I just think if the colors chosen for the skin were better picked and the Crumbling Dreams music was made more different to fit the skin, I would consider this skin good. For this skin, C+. This is the first of the good skins on this ranking. Firstly, I love the dark wings on her. They really help with this skin's theme. And the dark bow and arrows are just the icing on the cake. A heartsick baby? You fucking got it. Also, the area in her chest where the scooper comes from being changed to a heart shape is cool. And the skin is visually pleasing to look at. I love the darkish pink and purple. The only criticism I have for this skin is just to make the eye brightening more lighter and stunning. Otherwise, I got nothing else to say. A pretty solid skin to also start the 2021 FNaF AR skins with Blackheart Bonnie. B tier. Just barely missed the top 5. The amount of effort put in this skin is what I wished Big Bad Foxy had. The skin's details are good. I love the damaged hull, the eyes are nice, it makes use of the fairy tale theme, the picnic basket with a cupcake instead is a very unique and clever detail, and overall, this is a pretty good skin. The skin fits well for Chica too. Baby could have also worked, and part of me would prefer her to be the character for this Little Red Riding Hood skin, but Chica was not a bad choice since she's also a female character, and I could still see it work because, well, it does. It was also very neat of Illumix to give the 3D icon of her for free because of this skin's rather late launch. Also, it's weird. They spent more time on a skin to add effort to her, and it resulted in a good skin at the end? Very interesting revelation there, huh? Overall, the only complaint I have is that her workshop animations are reuse of Scorching Chicas. Come on now. You gave her more time in the oven, make more use of it please. Otherwise, they did make use of their extra time for the most part, and this skin's another solid one. B+. Now we're in the top 5, and as well, the first skin I can consider really good. By far, my favorite part about this skin is the workshop animation, mostly because it takes advantage of his jetpack. My god, it's so cool. Just the details in this little guy's appearance are visually pleasing. Even his balloon. Detail after detail after detail was just a chef's kiss. And you gotta love the detail Illumix always adds onto their BB skins, which is either a funny or just clever word or two on his sign, which in this case, being Let's Fly. This is by far my favorite Balloon Boy skin to come from this game at the time of writing this. Swamp BB and Frostbite BB were good, especially Frostbite BB, but this skin took a more interesting approach with this skin's details, and that's enough for me to consider better than those two. Overall, a really good skin. A-. Oh shit, is that Carl Heisenberg? Nah, just kidding. But if that were where Illumix got inspiration from for this skin, that'd be pretty cool. And that wouldn't be an overly bad thing either, because this skin is honestly really good. I love the whole concept and approach with this skin. As you know, just like Jetpack BB and Clockwork Ballora, this was released as a part of the Screampunk event, obviously the event name being a horror wordplay on the term steampunk. And this is very fitting for the steampunk engineer theme it has going for it. He looks really cool. The goggles make him kinda goofy, but still very badass looking, the amount of gears on him, and on top of that, my favorite part about him, the big wrench he's holding. Wow. This skin is truly one of a kind, and I really like it. My favorite skin to come from the Screampunk event, and my second favorite Toy Freddy skin. A. The first skin I consider great, and also an Endo skin? That's awesome. I know there was Flamethrower Bear Endo, and it was cooler back when he launched in terms of, oh boy, a skin of Endo 01, but still, this skin is great with that being one of the reasons. I love skins that use characters that are not usually used for skins, and Duo 1 being one of them. I also love the aquatic details on his body, just ooh. Also, while not very FNAF-y, I really like how he's a skin based off of the deep sea anglerfish, which in my personal opinion is one of my favorite sea creatures for how cool they are. And Dark Water Bear Endo does not disappoint in that front. Also, he's just so freaky. The eyes, the teeth, just so fucking freaky. I love it. Besides the fact he's a skin for an endoskeleton, which is a robotic and metallic piece of machinery that don't respond to water very well, both in real life and presumably in the FNAF universe, I would see this fitting very well in the deep sea level they're from. Very cool skin. A+. I fucking love this skin. It's not S tier, I don't love it that much, but I still love this skin. I think my favorite part about this skin is the fact it really sells you on the piranha aspect of it. While still being and still looking like a plush trap skin, it also looks like a damn realistic piranha. Lumix really outdid themselves with the details for this one. I love the eyes, I love the teeth and mouth, I love his gills, I love the spikes and the barnacles. This is one of the most detailed skins in the game. On top of that, I love how the plush trap environment was changed in this to be more fitting of the skin. They also did this with Frost plush trap, and whenever they do it, they usually do a really good job. It sells you on the fact that you're underwater at a very deep level. All in all, a great skin. A+ for the skin. We now move on to the best skin to come out of 2021. This skin is something all on its own. As you all probably know, this was the skin associated with the Dark Circus Encore DLC for FNAF AR. In my personal opinion, the DLC was just mediocre. Not bad, mind you, but was just meh. The free roam was kind of poorly handled. Ballora and Rainmaster Foxy could have been changed up a bit during battle. I hate how the player is just left to figure out everything on their own without any hint or clue what to do. But with those negatives, there were the positives like the decent graphics and gameplay concept, but the biggest positive by far was the skin. That being Great Escape Golden Freddy. I adore this skin. For one, it's a skin of Golden Freddy, a character who never gets skins outside of this just very one. That was already a great move. Secondly, the hype surrounding this guy was something else. This dude before the launch of the DLC, and when playing the DLC, seemed like he was going to be a force to be reckoned with. And when going into battle with him, he was fun to fight despite being barely different from Golden Freddy's mechanics, but still. I like Golden Freddy's gameplay in FNAF AR, and if it's mostly reused for Great Escape Golden Freddy, I don't care. Still engaging gameplay. And as well, he's visually amazing. God, I love the detail on the skin. The fact he's fucking trapped and locked is so out of this world. And this very mediocre down the middle DLC, where if you say the game's improving because of this, I'll disagree. This skin, like I already stated, was the best part of it, and he was no disappointment. I'm gonna be honest. System Era Toy Bonnie is now my third favorite FNAF AR skin, and Great Escape Golden Freddy is my second favorite skin. And I've always had this one rule of VR Toy Freddy being the only skin deserving of S tier, because I personally feel like no other skin could top it. Of course the skins could still be great, but I just feel like they weren't S tier material besides VR Toy Freddy. However though, today changes that. There's officially now 2 skins in this game I can consider S tier. Great Escape Golden Freddy is an S tier skin, and is by far the best skin to come out of FNAF AR in 2021. In conclusion, this was a mediocre year for FNAF AR skins. On one half, 7 of the skins ranged from good to great, with the best skin of the year breaking the rule I had of only 1 skin being eligible for S tier, making it now 2. And on the other half, the other 7 skins ranged from only just decent, to mediocre, to bad, to straight up awful, to I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Without using the word mediocre, if I had to use one word to describe the skins of FNAF AR in 2021, it would be inconsistent. I mean that in terms of both the production process of the skins and the quality of the skins themselves. In terms of production, some skins like Piranha Plushtrap and Little Red Chica seems like, or in the case of Little Red Chica, were confirmed to be given a decent amount of time in the oven. Meanwhile, some skins like Melted Chocolate Bonnie and Big Bad Foxy seemed like there was little time and effort put in, or just straight up seemed like they were done in only in the span of 5 minutes without any bug testing for their battles. And in terms of the quality of the skins, some skins like Dark Water Bear Endo and Aeronaut Toy Freddy look really good, and it's clear an effort was made where in terms of skins like Curse and Sunken Toy Bonnie, it looked like nobody at Illumix gave a shit, and as a result, the skins either look plain bad or are just outright terrible. But in the meantime, I still at the same time do not really like this game, and as much as I try to cut down on my negative talk about this game on Discord and Twitter and YouTube live streams, I'm still gonna think this way about the game unless someday the game does something to make itself good again. But even though they're going in the right direction, it's still gonna take a while, and during that time, I'm still not gonna care about this game. For Christ's sake, Karen is following NFT accounts on Twitter. For all I know, they're just gonna start doing FNaF AR NFTs or whatever the fuck. And while I plan to still make a FNaF AR skins of 2022 ranked in 2023, and still will make videos on any new skin that releases, or live streams on new characters or DLCs or big updates, this is it for FNaF AR opinion talk on my channel, besides what I just mentioned. Well, except for one other video. See you then.